which was done in about 1910, 12. I don't remember the dates, but there were some ladies organized things, and they started having asking for gifts and so forth, and they come up with enough money to get the bell. And it's is that Thomas Bell, I think is correct. That may not be correct either, but I think that's what it was. It was rebuilt a few years ago. Larry Boucher from Peculiar, Missouri was in charge of that, the effort, and we're very grateful to him. And we think this bell's going to strike here in a few minutes. The bell itself weighs several hundred pounds. It has a clapper in it, but the clapper don't ring the bell. The hammer strikes it on the top side, and if everything goes right, that hammer will hit that bell 180 times in one day. It strikes the hours, and it strikes the half hours. And if it operates 365 days, it'll strike 65,700 times. What do you say? Endurance-wise, for a cast iron bell that's been there for over 100 years, and if it is operational, why it's probably been struck 1,000,000 times. On a still clear day, you can hear it a half mile away in all directions. I don't know how high in the air this tower is, but I'd estimated it's about 80-85 feet. Stone columns here, there's 8 of them here at this elevation, and they probably weigh, each one of them probably weigh close to 1,000 pounds. And the contract. The bell. Anyhow, the contractor that supplied this limestone was out of Carthage, Missouri. This is Carthage limestone. And he was responsible for hewing it, transporting it here, and setting it. And all the limestone that is on the first floor, why, the big columns on the portico in the front of the building, why, he was responsible for that. Often wondered how they, I can see how they transported them. They no doubt transported them by rail, and then they had to be offloaded to the rail onto a dray wagon and brought up to the town square with either horses or oxen, and then they had to be set. And in my mind's eye, I can't imagine what kind of rigging they had to set up to pull them, and I'm quite sure that those columns probably weigh a ton, ton and a half, 2 tons. When Anaconda Wire and Rope came to town, why, the manager was Wendell Yeager, newcomer to town. He wanted to know why the town clock wasn't working. Well, it had malfunctioned, and nobody really knew how to go about fixing it, so he brought some of his crew, maintenance crew, from up, and they worked on the clock and got it running. It ran for several years, and then it malfunctioned, and nobody knew how to go about doing it, so a portion of it was dismantled. And there was a major brass gear that was part of the pendulum on that clock, and it had been taken down, and it had been taken down to the Historical Society. And somebody said, well, what's that aggravating thing doing here? I'm going to throw it away. And I said, no, let's kind of keep that. We might need that someday. Well, when Larry Boucher decided to rebuild the town clock, why, one of the most important things was that brass gear. And it was going to take over $4,000 to duplicate it. And anyhow, long story short, why, I happen to remember where that brass gear was, and I brought it up, and and it was put back into use. And as far as I know, it's the one that is still there. So I guess the moral to the story is don't throw something away that looks important, because it is important. A lot of us make decisions to discard stuff that shouldn't be. So that's useless information, but kind of interesting.